Hey guys, Jerry here, and welcome to this very unusual for me video. This video has the sole purpose of announcing to you guys that the first alpha version of my new GregTech pack is now available for you to download and play with. And, well, two purposes. That, because that's already done and I don't want to upload a 20-second video. So I'm also going to show you just how to install this, because I have decided not to go with any of the conventional Feed the Beast, Ad Launcher, whatever you want to call them. Not going to use those because, first of all, they tend to always at least double or triple the launch time, and secondly, all the packs on there already filled with so much faff. I've talked about this for ages before. And secondly, while most of the mod authors here are very, very happy about sharing, you know, people downloading their stuff and using them in packs and such, I really don't have the, shall we say, energy to go around and making sure that I have permissions for all of them, which I would need for such a pack. So keep this kind of secret. My channel is not big enough to anger anyone, but if anyone does feel offended by this, by all means contact me. I have a business email listed on the About page, and if you don't like me using your mod, I will by all means remove it from the pack and tell people to download it separately if that's what you prefer, but whatever. I'm hoping this won't be a problem. Anyway, let's get started. So the pack that I've linked down below in the comment, or not in the comment section, but in the description of this video, you're gonna have to scroll down and click the little show more to find the link, is a .rar file, so you need a program like a WinRAR or 7-zip to open it. Everyone should have that by now. And inside this is only two folders. There is a mods folder and a config folder. Now, I've made very minor config changes for now, like I've mainly nailed down the world generation and such. And all the rest of the configs, such as you know, recipe changes and such, they're all on default. The only like real significant thing in here is in the Java config here, where I should not open this in Notepad. That's pretty unreadable. But I guess I don't have choice. Anyway, I disabled the diamond dolly there. So let's go back out, have a quick look over the mods. So you can see there's a bunch of stuff here. There's Millionaire, which is like the primary one that I'm concerned about the rights for. I've never seen any mod pack before. I don't know exactly why, if it's due to the server stability or whatnot, but it is in here because it's going to be an integral part of the mod pack when I play it, so I wanted to include that. It's also supposedly, according to the mod authors themselves, a pain in the ass to install, so I don't know why they would be against mod packs, which makes it easier for people to actually enjoy the mod. It deserves a lot more attention than it gets, it really does. Anyway, for some reason, let's just sort these differently. So we have damage indicators, bit of stuff here for the client, applied logistics, a bunch of libraries and stuff, Growthcraft, we have Morpheus, which doesn't really need it for client, but whatever. If you want to run this on a server, there are a couple of things that you need to know. First of all, Optifine, which is in here, which I probably shouldn't have included, but whatever. And some of the not enough items stuff here, especially this one, and some of the inventory tweaks and the damage indicator should not be on the server, so you need to remove those if you want to run it on a server. But the majority of the stuff should work otherwise. Like, and Optifine, again, that's the other one of the ones I'm not quite sure about the rights for, but yeah, if you made Optifine and you're upset about this, I'm very, very sorry, and I'll remove it happily if you contact me. Anyway, I finally also included Beneath mods here. This is the final development, the newest version I could find. It doesn't work in the pack, but it is in here because I don't know, I left it in here because I do intend to have it if it ever does start to work, but yeah. Anyway, so these are two folders that you're gonna need, and the way that you can actually install this pack is that you go to your Minecraft launcher. I'm using the 1.5.3 launcher here. I know they're working on a new one, and I would hope that the new one kind of has the same features, if not even more, but yeah. The stuff you want to do is you want to hit create a new profile, and you want to name this something. So let's call it let's call it JVM, because, well, that's what I call the pack. You want to give it a game directory, so I'm just going to put it in here so I can remove it afterwards because I already have one. Game resolution, that's something for you to decide. I like, you know, setting it up like this because that makes it very, very easy for me to record. remove this check. Again, that doesn't help anything when you have a modded game, so don't ask Mojang for blah 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 loss of visibility. Not relevant at all. But down here in the version, you want to click use version release 1710, because you need to download vanilla Minecraft 1710 before you can install Forge. Now, another thing I'm going to mention immediately is this thing down here, the JVM Arguments. First of all, executable. You want to make sure that it says JRE7 here. You want to use Java 7, and you want to make sure that it's not program files parenthesis x86, because that means you're running on 32-bit, which does not have the capability to use the memory that you need. I also made a typo here, whatever. So, yeah, you want to make sure you're using Java 7, and you want to make sure it says program files and not x86, because that means you're using 32-bit. You want to use the 64-bit Java, because otherwise you're going to run out of memory and your game will run like crap. So, the JVM arguments here are a certain... there are some instructions that you give to the Java virtual machine in order to make it behave a certain way. And if you don't give some of these instructions, you're going to have a hard time running the pack. That goes for anything modern Minecraft. Most of the other launchers, like the Ad launcher and the Feed the Piece launcher, do this automatically, but here you're going to have to do it manually. And that means basically taking this string that I'm going to put in the description and just copy paste it in here. What it does is basically this one here dedicates a certain amount of memory for the permanent world generation, I think, or something like that. This is the memory allocation in general for the Java virtual machine. You want to make sure that you have the 3G here, otherwise you can run in trouble when you start exploring much terrain. Ignore patch discrepancies and such. I originally included these for people using MC Patcher. I think at some point I'm also needed for Optifine, but I think for now at least it's only needed for MC Patcher. But if you do decide to use MC Patcher, then these will help you out. Anyway, you want to do this, you want to save this. So use version release 1710, that's the big part, and save profile. Then you want to find it on your list, because for some reason it automatically selects something else. And you want to run it. Now this takes a couple of moments here to just run it, but depending on the internet speed, it should be very, very quick to download and get launching up. So once you have this launched up, you just want to exit it immediately. That's basically it. You might have noticed the colors changing a bit. I am using a program called, what's it called again? It's called Flux. Flux. And basically it changes the color scheme of your monitor to be more warm when it's late at night, so that your eyes are more relaxed. I really can't be bothered turning it off for recording. Again, it's not something I'm doing because I'm lazy or anything. It's just very, very much more pleasant for my eyes to keep it warm, and it might mean that some of the videos are a bit off in color, but none of you have commented it so far, so I'm assuming that you're fine with it. So that's basically just comfort for me. Anyway, back to the Minecraft launcher. So now you have this, and it's run 1710. That means you can now install Forge. So if I open up my computer here and go to my downloads, that's not my downloads, there we are. And then somewhere in here, I'm just gonna take this off screen, because why not? Somewhere in here, that makes no sense. I have a bunch of stuff in here. Somewhere in here you have a Forge 1710 installed. I'm gonna provide you a direct link to download this version. You want the 1230 version of Forge. That's very, very relevant that you get exactly that version and not another version. So you want to get this. Newer versions of Forge 1710 makes the ores in GregTech not render at all actually, so they're basically holes through the wall that you can look through. So you want to get this one. And in case you don't have your jar files to run automatically with Java, you want to open this with Java. Then you get this mod system installer, and you just want to install the client. Default directory is fine, just install the client and hit OK. I have the client installed already, so I'm just going to cancel it. Now back to your Minecraft launcher. You go to edit your profile, and then you change the version here to use version Forge 1710 1230 at the end. Now, yes, I did not mean to click that. Anyway, so you want to use the version 1230 and you hit save profile. Now, what you can do is you can go to this folder that you just made. So let's see, put it on here, blah 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 blah. Yeah, you guys get to have a very nice look at all my stuff here right now. Well, I put a GregTech, JVM. And in here you can now extract the pack. It takes a bit of time. There are, 5,000 files or something in here. There's a lot of files. 3,260 files. Okay, so 88 megabytes extracted. And basically, when you launch the pack now, it will start up. It'll start up installing Forge, getting the libraries and such it needs, downloading those. That's going to take a little bit of time, and then finally, it's going to start actually starting up the game. Now, you'll notice that this takes a lot longer this time than it did before. That has to do with the fact that with the GregTech and the other mods being loaded in as well. That's one of the main reasons Minecraft uses so much memory, is that it loads everything into memory as soon as you start it up. So, yeah, this takes some time. I'm gonna skip ahead in the recording here so you don't have to sit through this. And there we have it, the game has started up. Now you can see immediately that it has worked, because it says Minecraft 1.7.10, MCP, Forge mod loader, Minecraft Forge, Optifine, and a bunch of mods loaded. I'm just quickly gonna fiddle with the audio, because if I click on anything now it's gonna deafen you guys completely, so let's just take this off. So yeah, in here you have the usual settings. With Optifine you have a bunch of extra stuff, of course. Normally when I record I do this, smooth lighting 100, blah 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 blah. And then basically to make a new world, you just create a new world. Here you say game mode, survival, more world options, world type, and you scroll through this and find the Bounce or Plenty one. And bam, you can create a new world. And basically start playing with me. Once I start my series, I will also supply this seed that I'm playing on. It'll be in like the description of the first episode or something like that. So if you wanna, have the same world and the same experience, well, you won't have the same experience because, well, everyone's different. But if you want to get as close as you can to the same experience, then that would be a way to do it. So yeah, that's gonna happen. But for now at least, you can help me check out the pack, make sure that everything works as intended. If you find anything conflicting, anything crashing, any recipes that don't work or anything like that, by all means put it in the comments of this video or email them to me again. Email listed in the about page on my channel. And I can get it fixed before, so I will not run into the same issues when I start my series. Basically, this is a request for you guys to help me test this pack. It should work fine, but there might be conflicts of recipes. There might be stuff that doesn't work and stuff that needs to be mind tweaked. So any sort of that stuff that you find would be very, very helpful for me. Now, as I mentioned, there is Millionaire in this pack. There is Optifine in this pack. If your game client for some reason doesn't agree with Optifine, you can just remove that mod. If for some reason your game client doesn't like, well, I don't know, any of the other stuff, you're gonna have to disable stuff as well. But if you do make any changes to the pack and report a bug, make sure that you mention exactly what changes to the pack you made. Otherwise, I'm gonna dismiss your comment entirely. Because, well, then, yeah. You know the drill. Like, if you change something, then it's not the same, and thus whatever you put in the comment might not be relevant to me at all. Like, if you decide to add in another mod and then say, hey, this is unbalanced, then, well, that's on your head. So, with that in mind, I would like for you guys to help me test this pack if you have the time, if you want to, try a different experience with GregTech. And as you can see here, Millionaire at least is working fine. Now, there is one other thing that I tried with this pack I'm just briefly going to mention, and that is... oh, that looks interesting right there. I did try to pre-generate a world using the Professor Mobius advanced admin tools, or whatever the mod is called. And while it will generate a nice world for you to explore without necessarily having the having you manually explore it all so you can avoid the chunk lag while actually playing, it does not generate villages. The Millionaire villages, they only generate whenever a player is exploring, so that's a bit of an incompatibility there, but yeah, it can be worked around. It really can. It's just... so, yeah. I think with this lovely Japanese village found here, I think we're gonna leave it for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this brief video and instruction how to install the patch if you didn't know. and hopefully you will agree to help me test out this pack and see if it's any fun. So by all means leave all comments below and have fun, basically. And I'll see you next time. Bye.